Hi, this is Raymond from Visual Project, and in this video we will learn how to create a spinning coin animation using After Effects. Let's get started. First, design your icon. I used Photoshop to create a 2D design of the icon. I designed the coin so that it would be made up of two layers. The first layer is the layer of the letters VP, along with the outline of the coin, and the second layer is the inside of the coin. Once you finish designing the coin, export the two layers to two different PNG formats. Great. Open After Effects and create a new composition according to the dimensions of the coin. Set the duration to 110 and click OK. Drag and drop the PNGs of the coin you created into the composition window, then arrange the layers so that the letters VP are in front. In the Effects and Presets window, look for an effect called Shatter and drag it onto the letter object. In the Effects Control window for the letters, you can see the new effect we added. Set the View mode to Rendered. In Shape, set the Pattern mode to Custom, and then the Custom Shatter map to Layer 1, the letter layer. In Force 1, set the depth, radius and strength to 0. In Texture, change the Side mode to Color just like I did. Notice that you can now change the camera angle in the Y-axis, thus seeing that our image has depth. Temporarily change the camera angle on the Y-axis to 45 degrees and the Z position to 2.20. Open the lighting and change the lighting type to First Comp Light. Change the ambient light to 1. Notice that the depth color has become white. To change this, go back up to Texture, Color. I chose a dull orange. The depth of the 3D effect can always be changed using the extrusion depth. Good job! Now it's time to rotate the coin. Make sure you are at the beginning of the timeline. In camera position, change the angle to 0 and click on the clock icon next to Y rotation. Move the timeline to the end and change the Y rotation again, this time to 1. If you work exactly like me, you won't see any change in the coin, and that's exactly how it should be. This happens because in this situation, you have set a complete rotation for the coin, which means it has returned to its starting point. Only after you press play will you see the change. Great, now we will do the same process for the second object. Add a shatter effect to it and set the settings exactly as I do. At this point, you can preset the rotation animation of the inner part. Press play and see the result. I notice a certain problem with the rotation. It feels like the rotation is not done perfectly. Select the two coin objects and press P on the keyboard to open the position of the objects. Click on the position clock at the beginning of the timeline, at the end, and in the middle of it. If you set the composition like me, the middle will be exactly at 20 feet. Move the timeline to its first quadrant just like I did and change the position of the two objects so that the coin is in the center. Now, move the timeline to the third quadrant and move the objects again in the other direction equally to what you did in the first quadrant. Press play and you can see that the problem is solved. I want to add some cool sparkles to my coin. Create a new white rectangle just like I did. Change its angle to 35 degrees. And in the track mat, assign it to object number 2, the letters. Notice that the layer of the letters has disappeared, but that's okay. You can bring it back by clicking on the eye just like I did. Press P to open the position bar of the white rectangle and mark a new keyframe at the beginning of the timeline. Note that at this point the rectangle does not touch the shape of the coin, meaning it is outside the shape of the coin, just like in the video. Move the timeline to 1 o'clock F and move the rectangle to the other side of the composition. And again, it is very important that the rectangle is not in the area of the coin. Change the blending mode of the white rectangle to overlay and the opacity to 50%. Great! Copy the white rectangle you created and paste it above the second object of the inside of the coin. Change the track matte to layer 4, the layer of the inside of the coin. Notice that the inside layer has disappeared again. That's okay. Click on the eye icon and the layer will return. Looks good. To give a more realistic sparkle feel, we'll move the keyframes of the second rectangle we created so that they start their animation after the first rectangle. Very good. This is always a good time to change the settings a little, if necessary. I want to add some more sparkle to the letter object. I'll duplicate the first rectangle object we made and reduce its width. We'll press P to see all its position keyframes and move them a little to change the spacing of the two rectangles. That's it. I really hope this video helped you. If you liked it, press like and share the video with your friends. As you can see, I try to create creative and interesting content for you. Press subscribe so you don't miss the next videos. See you in the next video.